Hello. Hello, beautiful people. Look at all the people here. That's so nice. Hey, Sandra, Leela, Kentucky Girl, Police Wife, Erin, Amanda, Froggy, Carly. Hey, Carly Girl. My eyes are a little swollen tonight. I don't know why. They say the air quality in Ohio is really bad right now because of the smoke from the fires. I don't know if that's it. Peace, love, and harmony. I love that. Yay. How was you guys this week? Mine was a little crazy. That's putting it mildly. Let me know how you guys are doing. I think we have enough mods tonight. I don't expect any trouble. I think we'll be fine. I think it'll all be good. Hi, Vera. Y'all just brighten my night, I'm telling you. Such a happy group. It's so nice to be around happy people. There's some not happy people on Twitter, so yeah, I think Salts is coming tonight. Wouldn't we all die if he did? Oh my gosh, that's such a good one. Yeah, it was, luckily I work a lot, so I can't pay too much attention to it, but it got pretty heated. Or an Element Part 2.0. Yeah, that would be. Oh, I missed you too, Sandra. That's so sweet. So sweet. Hey, it's not like I ever schedule these things. I laughed so hard at Twitter this week because they're all acting like this was pre-planned, and I had a chance to think about what I wanted to ask people, which y'all know isn't at all what happened. That would make my life a lot easier, I gotta say. Chrisley, I've got a screenshot of his to share. It was a long week. My messages went crazy. People sending me all kinds of screenshots. Screenshots everywhere, let me tell you. I've never seen so many screenshots in all my life. Yeah, it definitely was not planned. But you guys all know that. I don't know why people on Twitter are acting like it was planned. That's silly. Everybody knew. I know. You guys are the best. Trash rag. Oh my gosh. Don't get me going. I'll start laughing and yeah, and then people were saying I didn't interrogate properly, and other people were saying I was too hard on that, and other people said I was too easy on that. You can't win. You just can't win. I know it's like every other live that goes crazy, so I think tonight will be calm. But I don't know. We never know, do we? God, that would be so funny if Salts came in. I would fall off my chair, literally. You guys would see me fall off my chair. But anymore, I just expect the unexpected. So, yeah, that's the thing. It was all off the cuff. It's not like I have that's like T-Spiracy did an interview with Steve, but she had time to plan. She had time to think about what she wanted to ask him. That's a whole different thing. I would love that if I could have 2 or 3 days to think about what I wanted to ask. I know. What did I plan? Hi, Aaron O'Kelly. I miss you too. I'm so glad you're here. JFK and Elvis could show up. Well, and that's why I told Steve. I said, Steve, if you'd have been there, I'd have let you come on. And I would have, because that would be only fair, since people were talking about him, that he could get to say. But I would never let him and Katie be on mic at the same time. That would be a real disaster. That wouldn't happen, but It was a murderous conspiracy. That's what it was. Oh, thank you, community medium. Sorry. See, Valerie, that's a good point. He acts like he doesn't know who I am. And then I thought this was telling. When you asked about the deleted tweets and he acted like he didn't know who I was, that was so weird to me because I'm like, Steve, you know who I am. You've been tweeting me like 100 times. So I don't know what that was all about, where he tried to act like he didn't know. It's very odd to me. Very odd. And it was odd to me that he tweeted me and asked me to go on his show at a specific time, 8 o'clock, and then he deleted it. So what do you guys think that was about? And that was my problem with Uni too, because you guys know he was there that night. He was in the chat. So he never asked to come on the mic or anything. He was just kind of sitting back watching, which is fine. But then he acts like he didn't know what happened. So, yeah, I don't know what that was Steve. I don't know. No, Aaron, she had Steve McRae on her channel to do an interview, but I felt like I didn't watch the whole thing. I just watched parts. Yeah, I didn't feel like it was really an interview. I mean, it was no hard questions were asked, in my opinion. But it's her channel. She can do it whatever way she wants. But yeah, I didn't watch it. I was just like, there's not enough hours in the day to go watch all these streams. There's no way. Especially when you work full time, there's just no way. Yeah, my allergies, that's when my eyes are swollen, my nose is, sorry guys. Nothing I can do about it. I don't know if it's the air quality or allergies this week. Yeah, Uni was in the chat. He knew what was going on. Thank you so much, police wife. Thank you. I don't know, because that 6-hour stream about killed me, and there will never be another 6-hour stream. That's never going to happen again. That was just a very unusual situation. And like I said, I'm not the night crew that most YouTubers are. And I get why they are, because that's when everybody's online, is later at night. Some of the egos on these YouTube men, their egos are huge. Oh, heck yes. Sarah, that's a great idea. If we get a certain amount of likes, can we get a cotton candy giveaway? Yes, I think that's so fun. Heck yes. How many likes should it be? We need to have some fun. He yells too loud for me. I tried to watch some of his, and he was yelling so loud I just couldn't. I can't do that. See, that's what I noticed. What I noticed about Stevie is he goes on these other channels to do interviews, and he just talks and talks and talks. And he'll avoid a lot of things. Anything he's asked, he kind of avoids and gets talking about something else. And yeah, because I made so much money. Steve kept going on and on about all the money I was making. Anybody with a clue knew YouTube was never going to put ads on that video. That was never going to happen. Oh, thank you, Carly. Thank you so much. Hi, Elizabeth. I don't think Uni's a bad guy. I don't even know him really, but I don't know. I just couldn't with him trying to act like he didn't know what happened. And it's weird to me that these people want to rewrite history and act like what happened didn't happen. I wonder if Steve used to be in sales, and that's not an insult. My dad and all my brothers are in sales, and it's that same kind of personality. He probably is really good in sales, That's true. He'll talk to you in circles until you don't know where you are. Who's neighbors, Aaron? Who? Did you guys decide how many likes we need to do a giveaway? Somebody pick a number. Hi, Tequila. I was just waiting for a few more people to get here, and then I'm going to just share a few thoughts about stuff people keep asking me. I'll say asking, because I'm going to be nice. Things that people keep asking me. 175. Okay, Carly said 175 likes, and we'll do a cotton candy giveaway. I wish it was cooler, though. You know, I get a little nervous when I ship to California, Texas, or Arizona. If I ship you cotton candy, you have to get it the minute it gets there. Don't leave it in the mailbox. Oh, Yudi and I are neighbors. Where's he at? I did not know that. Jennifer. Y'all are going to be killing me with I'm going to die. I'm trying to be nice. I really am. I think wow, 174. I'm going to go ahead and just give it the few thoughts about stuff people have been asking me, because we got quite a few in here. Carly or the mods, can you watch the questions? And if there's one, save it for me, because I got to think about what I'm saying. I have a little list. I don't usually do that, but I wanted to make sure that I addressed a couple things that people keep asking in the comments. So if you guys see a question and I miss it, let me know. I would be forever grateful. No, I don't know. That would, please wipe. That 6-hour stream almost killed me. Jeez. Hey, Lynn, that's kind of what I'm going to address first off the bat here. People keep asking me, are you best friends with Katie now? Did you jump ship? Is Katie paying you? That one cracks me up. Katie, send me my money. My PayPal is. Katie is not paying me. We are not best friends. I still have the same issues with some of her content that I have always had. That has not changed. But I saw a woman that was hurting so badly and in such a mess and in such a bad way that I just couldn't keep piling it on her. I just can't. I probably can't now. Now, if something happens, I'll make a video. But if it's just the same old, probably not. But if there's another lawsuit with, say, Todd Chrisley, I'm going to talk about it, of course. If she makes a video with a minor for content, I'm going to call it out. That's what I'm going to do. But am I going to keep rehashing all this old stuff? No, I'm not. Because here's the thing. Where has this gotten anybody? Where has it got? She has not changed her content. Nothing has changed. I kept feeling like I could build a bridge to her, and maybe her and I could have a sincere conversation about using minors for content and talk like adults and just try to affect some kind of change to things that are important to me, which is minors for content. So it's not that I'm Katie's best friend, but I did see a person really hurting. And I know she's done things. I get it. I know that because I've made videos about it, right? Another thing I want to point out, and this is hard for me because I don't usually talk about this. I have such a spiritual soul. I don't go to organized religion, but I have Jesus in my heart. And I don't usually talk about this because I don't think, anyway, when I see somebody hurting like that, I'm not going to keep hurting them. I'm just not. It's not my nature. It's not who I am. I don't feel like I gave her a pass that night. The problem was when Katie came on, everything went crazy, like I knew it would. That's why I wanted to do the scheduled interview with her, which she canceled. And that's why when I had the scheduled one, I said, we're only going to talk about the current situation, because I knew if we didn't limit it to that, it would go crazy. And see, that's what happened the other night, because people in the chat started asking about the flag again and about this again, and it went crazy. So that's what I was trying to avoid, because then where does that get us? People keep saying she got a pass. People didn't see what the live chat was saying to her. They were all over her. And Carly can tell you at the same time, that is when the trolls hit so hard and we're trying to get the trolls out of there, and it was just a mess. So Katie didn't get a pass. I'm not her best friend. We're not buddies. I saw a woman hurting. I couldn't. It just, that's how I am. And I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. What would Jesus do? The other thing I want to address is everybody, Steve, Aaron, Tina, all these people saying, I deserve anything I get because I let people on my channel just throw out wild accusations. I don't see that's what happened. I did say over and over, in my opinion, I did ask people to say allegedly. Now, if they don't, that's on them. I can't control what people come on my channel and say. The other thing to me is people are acting like nobody ever said these names. These names were being brought up for a month, probably longer than a month. And that's why I was like, just say it. Stop beating around the bush. If that's the name you're going to say, just say it. Because I just tell it like it is, and I can't stand that beating around the bush and splitting hairs, and a group is not a group. Did you guys notice that? Again, with the group thing. A group of people is a group of people. They were pulling the same crap that Little Miss Noble pulled. Well, it's not really a group. Yes, it's a group of people. It is a group of people. Then I want to talk about Nat for a minute, and then you guys can ask me anything. I thought it was so telling that when I asked her where she first saw Katie, she couldn't answer the question. Why couldn't she answer that question? That bothers me. Why could she not? She wouldn't even give a clue. And then she came up with, I can't remember. We know that's not true. The other thing, people said I was too easy on that. People said I was too hard on that. I was trying to take that middle road by being a little tough on her, but not too tough. Same way I was with Little Miss Noble. I think Nat is, in my opinion, she's very manipulative. She knows what she's doing. I'm not sure about all this other stuff she says. I don't know, because all these things she uses gives her a great excuse if she gets caught. So, yeah, I think Nat's done a lot of bad things. She said, well, I mean, she has fessed up that she has. Oh, and here's the other thing I forgot to say about proof and evidence. So you guys have seen now, I don't know if you all saw, that Dottie did admit that those screenshots are real. So I had seen all those screenshots. So now that she admits that they're real, people can't keep saying there was no evidence. The screenshots are out there. So there was some evidence, not maybe evidence of everything, but there's a lot. So there's a lot of screenshots you guys haven't seen. So I just wanted to get that out there too. So they, the big excuse with a lot of these people that were named was the screenshots were fake. But then you got Dottie coming on, and I think T-Spiracy or somebody's channel. Oh, it was Steve's channel when they did their live panel, and admits that the screenshots are real. So there you go. So, oh, my other thing. One more thing. What throws all of this is Salt's insisting from day one that Natalie is not the one that sent the death threats, that Natalie didn't do this and Natalie didn't do that. So I guess what it comes down to is Salt's telling the truth. That's up for you guys to decide. Y'all see what you see, and then you decide what you believe. Okay, now I'm done with my monologue. What did I miss? I'm trying to scroll back and see. Oh, the editing of the video. Thank you. Yes, I meant to say that too. But my nose, I'm so sorry, you guys. Here's the thing. And originally, I didn't know by editing the video, you lose the live chat. I did not know that. I felt so strongly about what was on there. And I know some people think it's no big deal what was said. It was a big deal to me. Then, what was it, like 2 days later, somebody said, you missed some of the trolls that were coming in. I don't know how many of you saw what they were putting, but it was horrific what they were putting. And I thought we got them all off there, but there was one that I had actually blipped up on the screen because I was trying to block them. Because remember, we're all doing like 10 things at once, and it accidentally blipped up on the screen, and you could actually read what the troll was saying, which was really horrific. So I had to go back in and edit that out. So then people keep asking me, did you edit it so you could make money on the video? Did you edit it so you didn't get in trouble with YouTube? Did you edit it just because you think it shouldn't be on there? All of the above. All of the above is why I edited it. I talked with somebody who's pretty big in YouTube, and they said not only can they not monetize you, but if they feel like things went too far, and like for sure these things the troll said went too far, you could get a suspension for a week, you could get this, you could get that. So it wasn't worth it to me to risk my whole channel off one video. Just wasn't worth it. And I felt terrible about the things Nat and Katie were talking about so explicitly. Because there's people come on, even if you put a trigger warning, they're probably going to hear it anyway. So here's the thing too. I can take all the edits off and it will go back to its original state and the live chat will come back. So a friend of mine was trying to figure out if we download it, can we edit it and then upload it with the live chat? And we thought that was going to work, but it won't. And the reason YouTube does that, which is a good reason, because they don't want you to be able to edit live chat and say somebody said something they didn't. So that's YouTube protecting everybody. And I want to say too, I did not edit anything that took anything out of context. We're talking about seconds. Seconds that were edited. Seconds. Not minutes. Seconds. There's supposed to be some app you can bring back the chat. Well, if anybody knows, let me know. I would love to bring back the chat, really. I would love to do that. A lot of people have said she did that on purpose. I don't feel like she did, but maybe I'm too naive. I feel like she was so pissed off that she was just spewing it. But I could be wrong. But remember, Nat did it too. And I had already warned Nat previously not to talk about that. And she was talking about it again. I don't know. Did people just get upset and start saying stuff? Here's my issue with the screenshots. They show a few lines of combo. I need to see full context. I still think Little Miss Noble and Nat did it. Others were stupidly blind. But need to see the full combo to determine. I agree with you. It would be, I said that too. With people sending them to me, if you can't see the whole conversation, half of it doesn't even make sense. I agree with you. That makes it very hard. But what was telling to me with Dottie saying that those screenshots were real, that's the screenshots where they were talking about editing audio to make it sound like Katie was talking. That is horrible. I think by then I had given up. By then it was, remember, Katie came in really late. And that's the thing, is I probably should have just kept her in chat and let her type and not had her come on the mic. In hindsight, yeah. I think I gave up by then. I was so frustrated trying to get the trolls out, trying to block people, trying to add moderators. It was all happening in that last hour, maybe hour and a half. Carly, it was like the last hour. So yeah, I think I just simply, if you watch it, I'm shaking my head. I'm like, oh my God, and the other thing was I got to where they wanted people to know the horrific things that had been done to them, because that's what she was living with. Oh, thank you, Amanda. Yeah, it was just madness. And that's why I said on that other video, my biggest regret is I didn't just shut that thing off. I should have just shut it off. I said a couple times, okay, that's it, we're going to go. And then Katie would say, oh, I want to say one more thing. Or somebody else kept, I want to say one more thing. And I felt like I had to let people get it out, and I shouldn't have. I should have just shut it down. Let me see what Irish is saying. Oh, well, I don't know. That's not how I took it, but I could be wrong. I'm trying to catch up on the stuff Yeah, it's way harder than it looks, especially that night. And Carly and Crystal's not here, but she could tell you what a hot mess it was. Charlotte was trying to help. People that weren't even moderators were trying to help. Yeah, there was just so much going on, especially, oh my gosh, those trolls were so bad, you guys. Most of you, I hope, did not see what they were saying. It was horrific. I think she's had to repeat it so many times that it's become, I don't know. I personally would never put that stuff out about my kid. I just wouldn't. But I think Katie wants everybody to know what she's been through. I think she has to repeat it and get it out. And I've told her not to do that, but she doesn't listen to me. So, yeah, doxing isn't right no matter what. Well, I mean, I don't know that I agree with that. I think they were two of the major people were Nat and Little Miss Noble, but there's all these other people in those conversations. I don't know how involved they are. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying these are the people that sent the death threats. That's what we need to get to, because that's the worst part, is who sent the death threats. I remember that too. That surprised me too. I don't know. I meant to ask her if she heard what I asked or she thought I was joking. Here's the thing. I knew how to do it, but it wasn't showing up. So I kept thinking I was doing it wrong. For some reason, nothing would work that night. Nothing. Because I have slow chat now. I've got it slowed a little bit tonight. I couldn't understand why the slow down the chat button was not there. Yeah, don't make it hard on the mods, you guys. Just be respectful. You don't need, let's not get bent out of shape. And you know Nat's probably watching this. I have no doubt that she is. Yeah, there was a lot of people talking with Nat. I think people were encouraging her, to put it mildly. Yeah, I wish Dottie would. I do. But I listened to the part where she's talking on Steve's video. She's talking about those specific screenshots. So they're real. I mean, hey, Chewy, I've had YouTube channels off and on over the years. This one, I used to do crochet videos. You can see them back. I used to do videos for my horse farm when I had it. But this one, I didn't really pick it up again until last June when the virus hit. So then I kind of picked this channel back up and started making videos again. So about a year. Yeah, and I had seen them before they even came out. I saw those screenshots. But I'm always leery. And I'm always asking Katie, is that real? Have you verified that that's a real screenshot? Do you know for a fact that that's a real screenshot? And you all saw the new troll account. I put it on that other video that everybody says that was Nat too. Who are you talking to, Carly? Are you okay? Just want to make sure you're all right. Yeah. Nat gave him to Katie. Katie showed him to everybody. Oh, thank you. You know, I don't let stuff like that get to me. Katie's in a bad spot. I have empathy for her. I have empathy for a lot of people involved in this. I do. See, that's my problem. That's it right there. Thank you, community medium. Thank you. It's extremely bizarre to me that people are spending more time in chat talking about how horrible Katie is than acknowledging the things that have been done to her are disgusting. This was real life things. This is what I think people keep missing. Her son could have been removed from her home. And that would have been devastating for him, mostly him, but Katie, her husband. I mean, that's real life stuff that you just don't go there. Ever. That's just not right. Oh, bingo. I have to say, it seems calculated to plant in our heads that some screenshots are fake, so we don't know what's real or fake. Exactly. Yeah, and you guys know I've always had an issue with the reports being read. I've always spoke out against it. Now it's getting done by other channels. It's disgusting. It's not right. Oh, I just can't even. No, it's never okay to go real life. It's not for Katie or anybody else, because now you see, now it's going real life for other people. It's never okay. Trying to see if I missed. Carly, do you know, did I miss any other questions? No, I don't think Dottie provided a lot of clarity. I wish she would speak up more. I would happy to have her and she can tell her side. But I don't know. I think, didn't she say she couldn't say too much because of the FBI or something? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she said she couldn't go too deep into it because of the investigation. But then sometimes I feel like people use that to their advantage. I am allegedly a nice human. I try to be. I really do. I try to be. Oh, I can't even imagine if that had been my kid and somebody, I just can't. Because like I said, you guys still don't even know the worst of it. I mean, maybe a couple people here do, but it got so bad. What was in the CPS reports is so bad. Hi, beautiful boy. Welcome, welcome. All this is definitely out of control. However, Katie gives us, she continue. I agree. I just, I don't know why. I don't know why she continually talks about, I would not. And I advised her to stop talking, but that's just not Katie. She's just not going to stop. Yeah, I don't think that was real. So I think somebody sent me a screenshot of that. I've had so many screenshots, I can't even keep them straight anymore. But I don't think it was real. I thought they said they were a family member, not her mom. Did they say family member? Bingo. We should have a bingo card. I'm trying to see what everybody's saying. Let me know if we got to enough likes to do the cotton candy giveaway, you guys. I think sometimes it's best to say nothing. But I think, like I was telling her, don't, and this is just how I feel, don't show all your cards. You got to be a little bit of a poker player. I would never let everybody know what I had. I just wouldn't, because I like to play poker. Who wants to play poker? But that's why I tried to tell her, because I don't think she knows I'm not after her. And I thought maybe, it would get through, but it didn't. And she's going to do what she wants to do. We've seen that. So I don't know, Aaron. I know I've talked to people that have seen the CPS reports. So, and Nat admits to the CPS reports. So, well, and you heard Little Miss Noble. So the CPS reports were made. I think KJ is looking for validation of her experience because it's such a weird situation. But when she gets validation, it isn't what she wants. Yeah, that's a great point. You guys always get me and understand. And yeah, none of us can imagine what it would be like to have this continually for however long it's been going on, at least 2 years. That's a lot. That's a lot. I will say this. I have never had a troll account coming after me on Twitter till this live happened. That has never happened. So. Oh, that's a theory too. But it's like I said before, here's how I feel. Everybody has an agenda. Unirock, Steve, Tina, Aaron, everybody's got an agenda of what they want to happen. I don't know. Has anybody seen Little Miss Noble? I wish the mods could put the questions up on the screen, because I feel like I'm missing some. But I feel bad when I'm constantly scrolling back. See, this is why I usually have Carly on mic with me, because when I'm scrolling back reading questions, she keeps talking. I feel bad when it's just dead air. Yeah, see if you see them and I don't, see if you can put them on the screen. That would be so helpful. I just don't want people's questions. If they want to ask me something, I want to answer it. And I'm just going to tell you it like it is. I'm not going to BS you. Yeah, I think Carly said we had to get to 175 to give away some cotton candy. Oops, wrong one. When is Waxy telling her story? She keeps hopping on panels but won't say what happened. See, I can't with that. Either tell it or don't tell it, but pick one. And that's how I was with Nat that night. I was like, if you're going to start all this, you can't just say, well, I'm going to say who wasn't involved, and then I'm not going to say who is involved. That drives me nuts. WOACB, I think she would, and I felt like that night she was like making things more confusing because I felt like she was kind of putting words in Natalie's mouth. And that was like why I was like, wait, no. You're confusing the whole thing. And so no offense to WOACB, because I don't even know her. And I'm sure she's a nice lady, but either tell the story or don't, but don't keep hinting. Just tell the story. Yeah, I noticed that too. Oops, I did the wrong one. Little Miss Noble seemed so oddly angry with KJ when she did that. And when you read the screenshots, she's so much hate and venom. It's kind of scary. Oh, is she going to put a video out? But that's good. I hope she does, and I hope she gets her side out. And sometimes it's better to just do that and get it all out at once and get the whole story out. I can't see what Lynn said. What did Lynn say? There's never a good reason to put out somebody's report. I will never agree with it, not with anybody. And I'm really sad that this report is cycled back around. It's terrible. Yeah, I get that. I get being scared. I totally understand. So is that when they quit being friends again? He should not be going into detail, though. You shouldn't either. And you notice I don't ever, I just call it the report. This would be over if people, but that's never going to happen. People are always going to speculate. People are always going to give their opinion. And I'd still go back to when Shins and Haiti, I think that's how you say her name, none of this would have even gotten this far if they hadn't compared notes on Twitter. That's the only reason this thing has moved at all. So by keeping everybody quiet, it allowed Nat to continue. So I don't agree with everybody should never talk about this and be quiet and don't say anything. I don't agree. Like I said, everybody's got their own agenda, including Salt. He's got his agenda. Everybody has an agenda. Why can't I see what Lynn Hester is saying? I don't even see a Lynn Hester. Oh, there it is. No, it's not okay for Katie to read anybody's no. None of it's okay. But how does it make sense to do the same thing to Katie that you're saying she should never do? That makes no sense. So we should all lower ourselves into whatever to prove a point? No. My hope is now Katie will think twice about using somebody's report or a medical report. That's my hope. But I don't think it's ever okay to do the same thing that you're asking somebody else to stop doing. Never okay. It's just not okay. That's my opinion. This whole video is just my opinions. Not facts. These are just my opinions. Oh, Shyla, I hope not. I hope that doesn't happen. It's not right. They shouldn't be doxing anybody. You shouldn't dox somebody just because you don't agree with what they said. See, I don't know KDD because I wasn't there. I don't know how in depth he was going. I didn't see what happened with her and Unirock. I don't know. I just feel like she's pretty traumatized right now. Now I can't see what Irish is saying. I even have it slowed down and I still can't see what everybody's saying. Dang it. I do want to thank, too, all the people that stood up for me this week. Thank you so much. You all are amazing. Is Irish leaving? Because I can't even find it. Irish, if you're leaving, good night. Have a good night. No problem, Lynn. No problem. I will always just tell you what I think. I will. I don't have any problem with that. It's that old thing. You can't ask other people to do better if you're doing worse. So you can't. The thing that scares me is now other channels have done it. So that sets like what's the word I'm looking for? So it like makes it okay. And now other channels are doing it and it's never okay. And oh my gosh, it's just, we don't want to go down that road. I'm telling you, that's a road nobody should be going down. Oh, we're getting close to 175 likes for the giveaway. What kind of cotton candy should we give away? Yeah, you always know where you stand with me, so at least you don't have to guess. But I'm always open to talking to people, and I think that's why people jump on my lives and come on the mic, and they know nobody's going to harass them. I'm not going to let... And see, I felt the same way about Katie. I wasn't going to let people do that to her, just like I wouldn't let people call Nat names or Little Miss Noble. Or if Dottie was here, I wouldn't let anybody go after her. It's just not right. Oh, if I miss a message, it's because I have to take breaks to build an ark as it's stored. Oh, girl, it's been so bad here. That last couple weeks, right? Well, it rained again today, so I know what you're saying. Precedent. Thank you, Kiki. It sets a precedent where other channels think it's okay, and it's not okay. Thank you. Yeah, we have blue raspberry cotton candy. Oh, we have every flavor. I like the peppermint, but it mostly sells in the winter. But peppermint cotton candy is so good. Cherry Tootsie Pop. You know, I didn't like that one, so I don't sell that one. You like it? Maybe I should get that one. The peppermint is so good in the winter, and you put it in some hot chocolate. We sell it that way, like in our store. In the winter, you come in and get a hot chocolate. We put marshmallows on top and then put peppermint cotton candy on top of that. So it slowly melts, and then your hot chocolate tastes like peppermint. So fun. Margarita flavor. I should play with that. Yeah, we'll let the winter pick. The cakes are getting a little hard to ship right now because it's so hot. That's the only thing about summer, kind of messes up my cotton candy. The bag cotton candy lasts okay in the heat. Damn good popcorn, Kiki. You know I wouldn't have a regular name, girl. You know. It's got to be a different name. Oh, you're in Tennessee. I'm in Ohio. Not far. Yes, we do popcorn and cotton candy because they just go hand in hand. I will remember that. Oh, yeah, the caramel cheddar cheese is so good. So good. So, people call that Chicago mix, but it's trademarked, so I can't call it that. Thank you, Carly. People always go, is that a real name? You guys should see when I have to call, like make a business call, and they go, what's the business name? And I go, damn good popcorn. And they go, what? I love it. Oh, thank you so much, Katie D. I appreciate you. That is so sweet. Thank you. And that's what it's about to me. That is so nice. You tried making cotton candy for your kids. It's a mess. It's a messy proposition, let me tell you. I am covered head to toe every day in it. Because there's no way to make it and not be covered in it. It just, you can't. From an ethical standpoint, Kay shouldn't read anyone's reports, even if she didn't obtain them herself. No, I agree with you. I don't think anybody should. And I don't agree with ever using minors for content, ever. I've heard ours is similar, Kiki. I've had people say it's similar to that one and Garrett's. When people tell me mine tastes as good or better than Garrett's, that's a huge, huge compliment, because Garrett's is one of the best in my opinion. I love Garrett's popcorn. Yeah, I'm not drunk. Oh, thank you, Lindsay. Did you guys see the picture I did today of the cotton candy cake I did for the 4-H fundraiser? I had to cut out the tractor and everything. Yeah, cotton candy can be dangerous. I don't want to bore everybody with cotton candy, but as long as you guys are okay talking about cotton candy, I am. I just don't want to. That's all I've seen is the screenshots. That's all I've seen are the screenshots. Oh, the glitter bombs are so fun, you guys. The glitter bombs are so fun. So the glitter bomb, we take a edible glitter, we put it inside the cotton candy, and we put it in a little cup. And when you plop it in a drink, it makes the whole drink glitter and shimmer. So people use them for gender reveals or just to have fun with your girlfriends. You can put it in wine, champagne, beer, whatever. Water for kids. You can put it in water, 7-Up. Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, you can order them on my website. If you order glitter bombs, put the date of your party. So, because if it's for a party, we don't want to ship it till right before your party because it's so hot right now. Bodily functions will be sparkling. I finally got a new car. You guys know I got that Bronco, and I got glitter in it. I was not happy. Edible glitter in my Bronco seat. It's like the cotton candy. It goes everywhere. Hubby's like, really? Glitter on my Bronco? I was like, wait, it's my Bronco. I don't believe any screenshots anymore. Well, like I said, though, some of these have been proven to be real. So, but I get it. It is, I get it. It's hard to know. Yeah, see, with EKC, she kept flip-flopping all over the place. And that's why I got irritated when I kept saying, but she said she wasn't. And then people were like, oh, no, she said she was. So, yeah, I don't know. And I think that's why EKC hasn't really been mad at me like other people, because she knows I did try to get her to say or not say. I was trying to be fair to everybody. I really was. I did, Steve goes off because he says I was presenting everything as a fact. I don't feel like that's true, but me a stripper. My stripping days are long gone. Yeah, we do gender reveal all the time. We do a ton of cotton candy and popcorn for gender reveal parties, and it's safe. I get so upset when I see people doing bombs and hurting people over gender reveals. That breaks my heart. They've been all over Twitter, Lindsay. I have like 2 million of them, but I'm so sick of looking at screenshots. I really am. I'm over these screenshots. I'm pretty much over this whole thing, really. Look at all these. We do have pina colada. Yes, we do. It's not one of my favorites, though. Thank you so much, Grace. I didn't feel like that either. I kept saying, in my opinion, I asked other people to say allegedly. But like my son said, he goes, Mom, you can't say it for them. They need to say allegedly. And he's right. I mean, but I tried. But I feel like it's just like when Little Miss Noble was on, and Carly and I both tried to help her. Carly told her over and over, you might not want to talk about this anymore. Or you might not want to go down that road. And like I told Carly, you might need to get an attorney. So we try to be fair. No, the gender reveal ones are done in white cotton candy so that you don't see till they go in the drink. So we put those in white cotton. We put those in white citrus because it tastes like 7-Up. So if you put it in wine or champagne, it won't mess up the taste too much. Okay, I'm a pretty newbie to this situation, but I watch one channel and I think I understand. Then another. This is such a good point. Another creator just debunks everything. And then I come here and you seem more down to earth. Thank you for that. I didn't know you were going to put that at the end, but it can get so confusing. Even for me, when I was watching different creators this week, and I can only watch 10, 15 minutes because I got to work and do all that. I thought, and I watch things that I know are just blatantly not true. And I think other people must be so confused. If you go from channel to channel, this has got to be mind-boggling, really. I feel bad for people. I don't even know how you almost need a chart to keep it all straight. No, it's important to me. I try to stay objective. I really do. Yeah, I kept warning Little Miss Noble. I said, you're okay with Nat throwing you under the bus? Remember? And she was like, yeah. Allegedly. Everything's allegedly, in my opinion. Oh. Iris, you should hand out wine to everybody right now. We all need a glass of wine. I can see why people are confused. I really can. But I felt like this week I kind of rubbed up against some evil stuff and I didn't like it. So that's why I said I don't know how much farther I'll go with this other than if something changes. But I don't like rubbing up against that. I saw some things that were so bad. Can I get a flow chart, please? Carly, go make us a flow chart. Free popcorn and cotton candy, Carly, if you go make a flow chart. Man, it's like, I wouldn't mind a flow chart. I should make a funny one. It's kind of tempting. I have that kind of sense of humor. Sometimes you just got to laugh because this stuff has been so dark. Ooh, it's been bad. What about apple pie popcorn and cotton candy? We do have green apple popcorn, and I kept telling my son we need to do an apple pie. Maybe I'll work on that this week. It's kind of slow right now. I might try that this week. I've been wanting to do an apple pie popcorn. I do pumpkin pie in the fall. And the funny thing is I put the same spices in it as I do when I make my pumpkin pie at home. So it smells so good when we make it. So, but it might take me 6 months. I almost said, well, we'll be on to something else, but I have a feeling this will still be hanging around in 6 months. Oh my gosh, just the thought of another 6 months of that. Yuck. No, especially if you want for a special date, order off my website. Usually my website's a better deal than Amazon because, Amazon's got to get their cut. Oh, be careful, Irish. That could be a tornado coming. I'm from Kansas, tornado state. I have plenty of experience with tornadoes. The flow chart will be much more complicated than the Vallow Day Bill case. Exactly. And that's the thing, too. I keep wanting to do more true crime. I had a couple of people ask me to do a rodent murder update, and I've been wanting to do that. So, there's other things to talk about. I'm getting kind of tired of this stuff. Did she say she made one? She's not in here tonight, is she? Sometimes she comes in late. See if she made a flow chart. I know our cheese is so good. It's so good. Me too. I'm hoping it's not 6 months, but I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think anything's going to move quickly. We're not in Kansas anymore. Carly, I feel like by the time I'd be done, 50 more would pop up. Exactly. At least 50. Recap. See, that's so hard to do because, oh my gosh, it's hard to do because people are still saying some of the screenshots aren't real, but then some of them have been proven to be real, but other people still don't believe they've been proven. Oh my gosh. We know for a fact that Natalie is involved. She has admitted that. How's that? Yeah, make a database. Do you guys let me know if you like true crime? I'm a true crime fanatic. I've got some on here. True crime's hard. YouTube said they're gonna start letting true crime get monetized. It's been hard in the past to get ads on a true crime video, but supposedly they're gonna be better about it. Yeah, let's just ride off on our horses. Yeah, I don't blame her. I don't blame Emily D. Baker. I think, too, it's not what her audience wants to hear about, so she's just not going to, unless there's a lawsuit, then it kind of goes in with her channel. Todd Chrisley. If he isn't the poster child for reality TV running families, children, lives, what is? That's... Really think about it, it's heartbreaking. His family has been destroyed over a reality TV show. Not worth it in my book. I would have dumped that show so fast. Oh, I've seen some of those. I've seen some of those on Netflix. Lady Jane, that's what that's the truth. You guys get me laughing and I'll lose it. Well, and Little Miss Noble, she did admit to certain things on that stream of mine, so we know she's involved because she admitted it. I know everybody's going off about the FBI tonight. Did you guys see where EKC did a freedom request to get her own, to see if she's being investigated? Did you guys see that? That's the one I was talking about, Sandra. That's the Roden murder trial, and I haven't even got to check in the last couple of weeks. I need to check. Because I'm pretty sure, I said all along the son was going to turn on his whole family, and he did. You are nondescript. Stop it. Reality TV runs everything. It runs marriages. It runs childhoods. It's horrible. It should be off TV. But the bad thing is now TikTok and YouTube are taking over, and people putting their kids and their family on there, trying to make money off their kids. And, oh, I hate it. Yeah, it showed that this was her second request, or at least a second request to see. But I don't know. I'm not an FBI expert. I'm not going to pretend to be one. But it seems to me like if you're being investigated in a current investigation, are they going to tell you? Because I feel like they wouldn't. Because let's say, for example, I'm Josh Duggar, and I write the Freedom of Information Act and say, are you investigating me? Do you think they would tell him no? So I don't know. You guys tell me. Yeah, no minors for content. No minors for content. None of these kids get paid. Look at what happened to all those Duggar kids. Worked all those years and got nothing. It's terrible. EKC and a lot of people don't believe the FBI is investigating. I do believe they are investigating the death threats. Yeah, I do think they're investigating the death threats. I think that's real. Yeah, I don't think they're going to show a current investigation. I just don't think they are. I mean, that would be crazy. Think about it. How would they ever catch anybody if anybody could just do a Freedom of Information Act and see if... No, I don't think that's how it works. But I'm not sure. But I don't think so. See, somebody else said that. They looked up the exemption where it says, unless you are in a current investigation. I had a job once where they did a background check on me and I didn't know it. And I got something that said KBI report. And I was like, oh my God. It was just for a job. It was a Kansas Bureau of Investigation. I about had a heart attack. But my life is so boring, so. See, this is my thing. It never works out well when you have a child star. We know that. Or a child singer. We know that. So now we've got this whole generation being brought up on TikTok and YouTube. Their parents are making all this money off of them. Oh, it's horrible. Yeah, that's what I said before. The only state that passed a law regarding reality stars is Pennsylvania because of John and Kate plus 8. What we need is like a federal law or every state to pass a law that these kids can only work so many hours, that they have to be put in a trust fund. It's terrible. See, somebody else brought that up, that because they were death threats and because they made remarks about Salsa's religion and his kids. I can't say that part. See, there's some stuff you just can't say. It drives me crazy. Well, look at Justin Bieber. He didn't make that song out of nowhere. Something happened to him, too. And I don't think it was good. It breaks my heart. I always say, even with these kid singers, if they can be famous at 14, they can be famous at 25. Let them grow up. Let them grow up. Look at Britney Spears. One of the saddest stories of all. Look at her now. Breaks your heart. I feel like It might help Salts and Emily with investigation, but not Charlotte. I suppose it could be different in each state. Yeah, I don't know how that works either because you're talking about so many different states. Yeah, you know, Sandra, you were there. I mean, I've got a whole video on me going in her live and asking her. But I think at that time, she just assumes everybody's just so against her. And but Katie knows I've made videos on her. She's watched them, so. If the FBI won't tell Erin that they're investigating her, then they won't tell anybody else either. So the folks claiming to have docs proving she's being investigated. Yeah, it kind of goes both ways, doesn't it? I don't even know, like, if you were involved. Like, I think Dottie said she's talked to the FBI, right? I don't even know if they would tell her very much, right? Because you want every person to get their own story, which is why the police separate people, because they don't want you comparing stories. So I don't think even if she talked to the FBI, they're not going to tell her what they have on other people, right? Do you mean Steve McRae? Steve McRae working on a doc-style series about creator-on-creator harassment based around his experience without a crystal ball. That's crazy to me. Okay. See, that stuff all goes so far back. It's so weird to me that they've all hung on to that stuff for this long. I can't even imagine holding on to stuff that long. All these YouTube parents will see if the huge homes, nice cars, and fame was worth the damage. These kids always get the raw end. That's what I'm saying. They always do. And they never have a voice. They never get to say. And it makes me so mad because they'll interview these kids when they're young going, oh, yeah, I want to do this. My mom didn't force me to. I begged her to do this. Okay, well, you're the adult and you're the parent, so you're the one that's supposed to make life decisions for them because they're children. That's why children can't drive. That's why they can't vote, because you're supposed to be making good decisions for your children. Plus, a kid doesn't know any better. Of course they're going to say they want to be famous and they want to be rich and they want to be on the radio. Of course they are. Oh, it is sad when you see where they're at now. Well, the problem, though, Colleen, well, what if you don't know who's sending you the threats? I don't know. It's the email threats are, I think, are, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's not like Twitter where you can just block somebody. Katie always uses we, though. No matter what she's talking about, she always says we. It's kind of funny. Yeah, please try not to use the profanity in the chat. Everybody wants to read the live chat on replay, but if everybody cusses, then I can't do it. I can't have every video not monetized. YouTube's just really cracked down this year on profanity because the advertisers don't like it, so I kind of get it. You know, if they're going to put ads on it, they don't want a bunch of profanity in. Yeah, I get that you can block an email address, but when they did, they would just come back with another one. They had hundreds of email addresses. I guess they bought up a bunch. So every time you blocked one, you just get another one. Somebody invested some time and money into this. They did. I was never my kid's BFF. They knew I was their mom. That's how I always was, too. I always told them, I'm not here to be your friend. Nope. Now, I'm friends with them now that they're all adults and have their own kids, and it's a great relationship, but not when they were little. I mean K. I must have missed something. Oh, Menace to Society, to Sobriety is here. Several members of the Discord were interviewed. The FBI doesn't tell anyone anything, though. However, Uni knows what was given by people in the Discord. So they told Unirock. Is that what you're saying? They told Unirock what they gave to the FBI. Let me know if I'm right. Yeah, you can be your kids' friends when they grow up and they're adults. She did the envelope from the FBI? Y'all stop. Now you're going to make me go look. Yeah, what was the rumor that Katie was going to be on Dr. Phil again? Did anybody see that? Or was that the old? Because that came up months ago. Katie said they invited her and she told them no. But somebody said it was started again today. Yeah, I didn't know who he was either, Jennifer. And I was shocked. Just shocked. Why should I be shocked anymore? But I am. So shocked that he did that. Not right. And where did he come from? See, oh my gosh. I'm trying not to go too dirty. I'm trying to. Oh, it's hard sometimes, let me tell you. It's hard. I'm lost. What went down last night? Yeah, and I don't like to talk bad about other creators. I'm a firm believer in you should watch who you want to watch. And I would never tell anybody, and nobody on this stream is telling anybody who they should or shouldn't watch. People watch who they want to. But there's some things this week really shocked me. And I don't like this cult word being thrown around by everybody. I think it's silly, but whatever. But both sides are using that word, calling each other a cult. So yeah, they deserve a childhood they don't have to recover for them. I mean, just look at Britney Spears. I just can't even imagine. I saw something about that, Grace. Did you see somebody was found guilty after a group of people harassed a guy because, yes, and they had offered him money for his Twitter name and he wouldn't take it. And then they swatted him and the police killed him. That was so sad, so sad. That's the thing with cyberbullying and stuff. You never know where it's going to go. You don't know when it's going to take a wrong turn. And I think this whole situation is definitely taking a wrong turn. I don't get this envelope. There was no envelope from the FBI. Is that the truth? I don't understand. Somebody explain the envelope thing to me. See, I don't watch him, so I don't know. But to me, the only thing worse than a woman reading it was a man reading it. So today on Dr. Phil, I don't even know. Read what thread? See, I'm lost. Somebody help me out. Somebody want to come on mic and explain it to me. Oh, I'm so lost. I don't know what everybody's talking about. I feel bad for you. Nobody should have to get put through that. You should be able to talk and give your opinion and everybody act like adults. That's why we try to, some people think I'm too strict, but that's why, because I don't want anybody going after anybody. I want everybody to feel like they can have their say. Yeah, I knew he contacted her, and she said she wouldn't go on, but somebody was acting like she said today she was going to go on the Dr. Phil, but I never saw that anywhere. I think somebody must have pulled up an old tweet or something. If I'm wrong, somebody tell me. We all collected 500 gigabytes of information. Some people were interviewed, so we all know what was in the information packet sent. Because, wow, it's way deeper than the KJP drama. It goes back 5 years. Wow. Allegedly. It allegedly goes back 5 years. See, that was a problem, too. I want to point that out. That sometimes I read questions from the chat, and then I'm accused of saying that. So... Now, when I flip them up on the screen, you can see I'm reading a question, but I don't always flip them up, and apparently I should always say, a question from the chat says. Oh. Did we ever get enough for the cotton candy giveaway? Somebody let me know. Oh, that makes me sad, Rose. You learn to shut up and make yourself small, smaller, smallest. That makes me sad. Nobody should have to do that. Hi, words have power. Twitter, and that's why some of you may have noticed I started putting in my descriptions that if you want to connect with me on Facebook. Twitter's too easy to make, because I talked to a friend who's in IT, and he said the reason you see all the troll accounts on Twitter is because it's so easy to make them. It's much harder to make them on Facebook. So that's why I was like, if you want to get a hold of me, let's chat on Facebook. I've got a page there, Conversations with Kay. Twitter is a mess right now. I would not recommend anybody go on Twitter in this area. I would not recommend it for anybody right now because there's too much. And maybe we should say, what is a troll account? In my opinion, a troll account is when an account is made on Twitter for the single purpose to harass somebody or to spread a rumor, or some people call them a throwaway account. Some people call them a burner account. So we're clear that's what a troll account is, in my opinion. And I think my friend's right. They're way too easy to make on Twitter. Twitter needs to toughen that up. And I just did a big old thing with Twitter this week, and I told them that. So. Twitter is a cesspool of negativity. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. 4 more likes, and we can give away some cotton candy. Woohoo! Who doesn't love cotton candy? Yeah, so if you guys ever want to chat or anything, I'm on Facebook. Hit me up over there. I think it's a lot easier to message on Facebook, too. That's what we were saying, Jennifer. That's not really how it works, but I'm not an FBI expert. I mostly use Facebook for my businesses and to keep track of my family in Kansas. It's good for certain things. I don't think it's near as dirty and nasty as Twitter. But again, it's not so easy to make burner accounts on Facebook as it is Twitter. Yeah, I think a lot of people just want it over, and then some people like it to keep going because they want to watch the drama. Oh, did we hit 176? Yay, we can give away cotton candy. Now, how are we going to give it away? This is always my problem. Last time didn't work too good when I said pick a number. Somebody tell me how to give it away. Cotton candy. Yeah, please don't use profanity in the chat. Please, please. Yay, 180 likes. Thank you guys so much. That's so nice. Jennifer Falk, you're correct. They aren't going to give someone a heads up. It's listed in the exemptions. Yeah, I mean, that's just common sense to me that they're not going to tell you if they're investigating you. Now, once it's all said and done, I'm sure you can get whatever on it, but I still don't know what a DM, a direct message, Valerie, that's all. Twitter's hard to use, though, too. It can be so confusing because you got to click here and click there. I have a little OCD, so I like everything in a row. So I like Facebook where all the replies are in a row. You don't have to click this one to see that reply. And oh, yeah, don't even get me started. Okay, you can have everyone leave a comment after the video uploads, and then you can use, oh, well, that's cool. I didn't know that. Can I just Google that? That would probably work better. Just use one of those randomizer things. What do y'all say? If you all agree, that's what we'll do. Thank you for that suggestion. Thank you. Just doing me. You're okay. I don't think that's so bad. That's. I mean, it's in the name of my business. But we're just trying to make YouTube happy. When YouTube happy, everybody's happy. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna take that off because that's just. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. No, no. I wish I could say more. I can't. I gotta be careful. My mom used to say people do it that don't have a very big vocabulary, but I don't agree with that because I know some amazing people that cuss a lot, people in my family. So, but it's funny. I think some people it's just a habit and they don't even realize they're doing it. It's like you have to finish the book. You just have to finish. I get it. Yeah, I get that same feeling. Let's be nice in the chat, guys. I see a couple messages that weren't very nice. Let's treat each other kind tonight. Let's just have a kind night. Your life is hard. There's stuff, you know what I mean. We all get hassled all throughout the week. We want to relax and have a little fun on the weekend and just agree to disagree. I lost you waiting for the elevator and then, okay, I'm lost. Oh, thank you for saying I'm a good human. I try. I'm not perfect. I've done things wrong, but I try. I try to be a good human. Do you all hate Twitter? I've been shadow banned a few times, but I've never gotten tossed into Twitmo. They did break one of my bots, which kind of... What? Is that for real? You have bots on there, Rose? I'm confused. Yes. Yes. Can we give away popcorn to whoever finds where Little Miss Noble ran off to? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I know a lot of great people that cuss all the time. Rose, I don't know if you're joking or you really have 3 bots. Why would you have 3 bots? I don't get it. Or are they advertising bots? I don't know. I'm confused. They told me they couldn't admit or deny if there was an active investigation due to policy. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense too, right? They're not going to show all their cards. They're just not. I could use some house cleaning yard work bots. I want a cook dinner bot. That's what I want. I always said if I got rich, I would hire a cook. I'd give her my recipes so she makes what I like to, the way I like to cook, and then I wouldn't have to cook. What is my stance on KJ now? You must have come in late because I kind of went over all that in the beginning. So watch the replay because I hate to keep going over the same thing. Oh, I just got an air fryer. I didn't think I'd like it, and I love it. I don't know. That's a good point. Maybe Menace can answer that. So when someone says they've asked the FBI if they're investigating and they said yes, then those people are lying. Now that's a question. It's not an accusation. It's a question. Maybe Menace will answer that. Is Menace still here? I didn't mean that in a mean way. Did that sound mean when I said you must have come in late? I didn't mean that in a mean way. No, I didn't mean it bad. I hope it wasn't taken that way. Our air fryer works pretty good, I gotta say. They were asking me what my stance on KJ is. And I kind of I went over all that in the beginning. Like the first 30 minutes of this live stream, I went over things people had been asking me about Katie, Nat. See, I have my little list here. So back in the beginning of the stream, you can see all that. Please go to the Twitter thread. Which one? I can screen share if there's something we need to look at. Oh, it was just funny. Okay, you're just making it funny. See, sometimes it's hard to tell. When it's being typed, it's hard to tell if it's funny or somebody's mad or I gotcha. You know, my thing too with Katie is how many times are people going to bring up the flag story and this story? And it just, to me, it just gets so old after a while. It's like, it's just old news. And that's all the same stuff people were bringing up in chat that night. All the same stuff. It's like, I get frustrated. KJ is popping off on Nat. Is that the Twitter you guys wanted to look at? Or was it EKC's Twitter? I don't think EKC has blocked me yet. Last I knew, she didn't block me, so. Let me take a look real quick. Oh, Katie's showing screenshots again. Okay, so she's saying Becky and Little Miss Noble are one and the same. That's what it looks like to me. I have her other, hang on, let me see. Oh, shoot, I had it on share screen. I accidentally got it off. Dang it. Here we go. So this was the one she did earlier. Oh my gosh, Katie's addressed it over and over. Now, whether it's the truth or not, I don't know, but she has addressed Roadhog. Okay, let me go back and see if I missed something. Can I read it? Yeah. I hate that these are so small on here. Let me. This is supposed to be Nat talking to. Does anybody remember who she's talking to on this? So this left one, it says, "In me." This is supposed to be Nat. And then it says, "Laugh out loud. Good riddance, I say." And then Nat says, "Are you on Instagram? We can chat there. I won't be home forever, just a few weeks. XX. My IG is catlovers31. Hi, sweetie. Yeah, I'll message you in a bit. Just watching Emily's live. XX. Talk to Nat again and we will you." So, and I think Katie even hinted that this is one of Nat's altars, which I don't know if I buy that. That's just me. KJ tweeted that Nat is trying to pin this on her. Okay, please give us your stance on Katie, Nat, Toddy, James Charles, Britney Spears. How long do you have? Wait a minute, I said no more 6-hour streams. Ah, that was funny. You guys are killing me. Do you think Nat has been seriously manipulated, or do you think she's her own agent? I think both. But I don't think I think she's, in my opinion, she's very manipulative herself. And then I think some people did manipulate her also. So remember, two things can be true at the same time. But I don't think Nat's this fragile woman that she pretends to be. I just don't. That's just my opinion. That's why when people said I was being too hard on her, I don't feel like I was. Because if she's going to put this stuff out there, then you have to ask hard questions, right? I thought it was really telling, too, when people brought up this stuff about her psychologist, and she said the psychologist apologized to her. I have not seen that anywhere. But I do feel like, in my opinion, people were helping her, working with her, whatever you want to call it. Then that takes us back to that whole group thing, which people get mad when you call it a group. That's so funny to me that people get mad when you call it a group. Whatever. Oh, I'm missing something. You are so welcome. I just don't know if I believe the whole altar thing, but I know it makes a great excuse if you can blame everything on altars, right? I'm going to just say it like it is. She said in 6-hour stream. We're not doing no longest lives here, are we, Carly? We're not going for any records. No. Nobody needs to be live that long. Nobody. And I do think tonight worked out better with me going live at 8 instead of 7. Don't you guys? I think that's working out better. Because I get that different time zones, it's too early. I get it. Carly, everybody did such a great job modding that night. You guys have no idea what a nightmare it was. I thought tonight would be pretty calm. And thank goodness it has been. It seems to go every other live gets a little crazy. So this should have been our relaxed live. Katie's tweet from 23 minutes ago. Nat is back to thinking her and Katie are friends. And oh my gosh, no. Are you serious? No. Avoiding accountability, exactly. It's just, I like this. It's not a group like Arnold in Kindergarten Cop says. It's not a tumor. It's a list. But remember, little Miss Noble got mad when I called it a group. People are so sensitive when you say a group. It could be any group of people called a group. That's not derogatory. But see, that's what makes me think people have a guilty conscience, right? Because when you talk about a group, they get all, oh no, I'm not in any group. I have a group of friends. I'm happy to call them my group. Yeah, I saw that too when she said, I think she said parts of the investigation were moved to Pennsylvania because that's where Little Miss Noble and Dustin live, right? I think they may have to split it off. And I kept wondering about that because this is different countries, different states. It's got to be a nightmare. Now, I hope I'm wrong feeling breezy, but I think it will go on at least another 6 months. Oh my gosh. Just imagine. Let me see if I can share screen and go to Twitter. But but see, usually the problem is it comes out so small that you guys can't see it. Let's see if it'll work. Can you guys see it? Oh, I gotta add it. Let me know if you guys can see that. Oh, I'm glad you had a good time, Amanda. We always need one to just have fun and relax. We don't need every stream to be so crazy. We don't need that. Hi, Becky. You made it. How was dinner? I bet you had a great time. My group has snacks. We need a snack. Laura's jealous. She's not in a group. We'll just make our own group. See, nobody can tell me how to zoom in. See, I do that, but that still doesn't really make it bigger, right? Let me know. Of course, when I do this, then I can't see anything. See, I heard other people say that, police wife, that she got really excited. I'm trying to see what this one of Katie's says. Oh, shoot. It just comes off so tiny. Yeah, see, that's the tweet I was reading earlier about her saying that Becky Mitchell and Little Miss Noble are one and the same person. But I can't remember a Becky Mitchell. Do you guys? Yeah, it was really strange. And I talked about that and showed some screenshots on that last video I did about him coming after me on Twitter. It was I don't know what his end game was. Maybe Steve will tell us. But he was coming at me hard on Twitter. For all of you not on Twitter, it was relentless. For about 48 hours, it was relentless. There was lots of innuendo, and I think he was trying hard not to go too far across the line, but I think he wanted to. That's the feeling I got. But remember that night, I said, I got 600 witnesses. Oh. And then when he started deleting the tweets, I thought that was weird because he invited me on his stream and he put it, a great big tweet at Opinionated K. And then he took it down and now he acts like it was never there. So it's weird. Very strange. But I always know there's a game. I don't ever forget that there's a game. Yeah, Nat's her persona was changing. And I think I was not, here's the thing I'm going to say. I was not wanting to bring up her altars that night because I felt like if we brought it up, then anything she said would later be blamed on an altar. So I kind of cringed when other people brought it up and I was like, don't bring it up. But other people did. But she would, what was funny to me is that she would be, rare, and then it would be real soft where you couldn't hear her. And then she would act like she was sniffling and crying. And then she would come right back and be all fine and loud and you could hear her. And then she'd go back to soft where you couldn't hardly hear her. So Nat's probably watching that. I just feel like that was a show you were putting on. That's how I feel. I feel like it depended on who you talked to, how you acted. Because certain times you perked up. Like the lawsuit thing, she perked right up when Katie said Salts was doing a civil suit against Little Miss Noble. Y'all notice how Natalie perked up and what's a civil suit? She was just in a civil suit, but she doesn't know what a civil suit is. She just made a declaration in one. I think Pickle and Steve are friends. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they're friends. I so agree, Heather. I so agree. But I didn't feel like anybody was sitting there talking to her. Other people felt like there was, but I didn't. I didn't feel like anybody was sitting next to her telling her what to do. I could be wrong, but I went back and re-listened. I still don't think somebody was there telling her what to do. But you all tell me what you think. Yeah, see, back when that was a thing, when the movie Civil came out and that book came out and it was all the rage, and then a few years later, people came out and showed it was all a hoax. It was all to make money off that book and that movie. I don't know. But I don't think you can use them as an excuse to commit crimes. That's not right. And my feeling is, if Nat's really that bad, why would she have internet to the access to the internet? It makes no sense to me. Yeah, she was very engaged with Katie. I don't know if it was quite fangirling, but see, that's what I was afraid of. That's exactly what I was afraid of, Colleen, and that's why I didn't want anybody to bring it up and give her that out. But she probably could bring it up anyway, but yeah, when it's something they want to get out there, then they're loud and clear, right, sister? Loud and clear. You know, this is what shocked me. Todd Chrisley has been watching all this. That kind of shocked me that he'd be watching all this going on. He seemed fairly informed, which really surprised me. Yeah, that's what I've been told by other people too. It's just extremely rare, and I don't know that I believe she could have 22 altars. That's a lot, and one's a unicorn. See, that's where things start to fall apart. When you say one of your altars is half unicorn, and that's when I get suspicious. Yeah, I just read her latest tweet, and it just says that Nat sent her a screenshot that they think Little Miss Noble and Becky are the same person, which I don't know why that matters, but I don't remember seeing a lot of Becky involved in this, but maybe it was more than I knew. No, I don't think Little Miss Noble and Nat are the same person at all. No, I don't think that. Well, I just, they can't be, because Little Miss Noble lives here in the States. So his Twitter messages will get you. See, it's Twitter. Stay off Twitter. Stay away from Twitter. Of course, it's like anything else. It's what you know, if you don't follow certain people, then you're not going to see certain things. And I did have to lock my Twitter down because I got tired of it this week. So I did lock it down so that just, normally I leave it so anybody can follow me, because I only do Twitter for this channel. But I had to lock it down this week because it was just getting too stupid. I don't have time for Twitter games. I'm way too old for that. Don't have time for it. Yeah, add Becky. I think it's, let me see. I think it's Becky McKeith. Becky Mitchell. Let's make sure I get it right. Becky Mitchell. Add that to the chart you're making. There is, I think it's a video Nat made that she pulled down, and it lists all of them. Lists 22 altars. I did go back. Somebody did send me that video that Nat pulled off YouTube, so I did get to go watch it again. And there is where she shows an alleged email from Tina telling her what to put in a video, allegedly. Now, it's on there. She didn't mean to show it. She took the video down because of it, but people will say that's fake. So come to your own conclusion. Yeah, that's why I don't even know why people try to say that Little Miss Noble and Nat are the same person when they're definitely not. We've seen Little Miss Noble on her channel. We've seen Nat on hers. They are not the same person. One's in the States, one's in the UK. I just don't even know why people think that. No Twitter or reindeer games. Okay, I don't have time for those Twitter games. The thing that's so funny to me is it's people my age playing Twitter games. Stop it. Y'all stop with those Twitter games. I'm telling you, it's going to be a Netflix movie, I feel like. Steve said he's writing a book about it. I heard somebody else say they're going to write a book about it. Maybe I'll write a book about it. I've written several, so I might write another one. Can you imagine if there... Can you guys really imagine? Just imagine a movie made about this. But look, they did the Onionson documentary. They may do a documentary on this. It would not surprise me, truthfully. I would not be surprised if there was a documentary done on this. But I think they'll wait till it ends and there's some kind of final something. The FBI investigation stuff. Yeah, I feel like the FBI is not going to tell you if they're investigating you. But I don't know. I'm not an FBI expert, but I don't think they would. Every investigation would be a mess if all you had to do was do a freedom of information to see if you're in an investigation and they had to tell you. That makes no sense. Everybody trying to find their role. That's a good point, Shaky. That's a good point. I don't know. Who would play KJ? I don't know. Nobody would believe that adults would act this way, especially if you've seen some of the stuff I've seen. You just would not even believe. My thing is, and I'm going to go a little deep here for a minute, and we're trying to lighten it up tonight, but to write some of the things that were written, you have to have a really dark soul to even think of those things. Because remember, whoever wrote those things had to think of them and then write them. That is so dark and so evil to me. I do believe in evil. Evil does exist, and I try to stay away from it. And some of those things were just evil. Now I'll go lighten the mood again. I just had to get that off my chest. I cannot figure out Tina. Yeah, that's kind of hard to figure out. I agree. I wish Tina would come talk to us. I do. I wish Tina would. Google what? On the FBI stuff? I did Google it before we came on. And people, Menace was here earlier and showed that there is an exemption that says if we are investigating you or you're asking about a current investigation, we do not have to give you the information. He showed it in here earlier, I think. You see the mafia submitting Freedom of Information Acts to see if they're being investigated that month. I just don't feel like that's how it works. But yeah, I feel like even a state and local police department's not going to do that. So. Some people don't believe in evil. I do. So. Isn't it feasible that... Here's the thing, Rose, and I'm way open to Dottie coming on and talking. But Dottie, if you go watch that live stream, Dottie never says it isn't true. She never says the screenshots aren't real. She doesn't deny any of it. So... I don't think it was that innocent, though. I don't think they were just teaching Nat something. It's like I said before, there's always a little bit of truth. Every lie has a little bit of truth. Every lie. Every liar will give you a little bit of truth, and then a lie, and then truth, and then a lie. The thing I keep going back to that kind of stumps me is the whole thing with Salts. That still stumps me. Because he insists that Nat is not the one that sent the death threats. So he's been pretty adamant about it. So is he just saying that? Is he wrong? I don't know. I think that's what throws a lot of people. Oh, is somebody giving you a hard time? Please don't be bad in the comments. We hate to block people, but we will if we have to. Aaron, is somebody giving you a hard time? Thank you, mods, so much tonight. You guys have been amazing. Yeah, what's the end game? That's a good question. What do you guys think the end game is? Katie said that Steve did this because going back way back to when her and Steve first were together, I don't mean together, that when they had their falling out, he said he would absolutely destroy her and her channel. So that's why many people have thrown Steve's name in the ring. And then you have Tina, who has not liked Katie for a long, long time. Kind of the same thing. I feel like she wanted, I don't know, but did she want Katie's channel taken down? Is that the end game for everybody? Because it's not going to happen. Her channel's not going to get taken down. Katie thinks that's the end game, though, is that everybody wanted her channel taken away. I think I shouldn't speak for Katie, but you guys have heard her say that. That's what she feels like. And I think the two biggest people she feels like went after her were Tina and Steve. But again, Katie can speak for herself, but I feel like she's said this many times. Yeah, Saltz is in a bad spot because he's still got lawsuits going on. Honestly, I feel like Saltz is probably sorry that he ever got so many people from Twitter involved. Do you guys feel that? I feel like he's like, holy crap, what did I do? Maybe I shouldn't have done that. So what's everybody bringing to Secret Santa? Steve has tweeted about Katie every 4 minutes on Twitter. Wow. Steve wants revenge. I'm reading this from the chat. And Katie is right below his hate list, below Kyle, then Jimmy. See, that's the thing. And Steve wants to act like his name has never been mentioned, and he has been mentioned forever in relation to Katie. He acts like that only came about because of my live stream. Stop it. People have been saying that for a long time. KKK, my phone won't type K to save my life. Are you trying to get my attention? You got my attention. Oh, I agree with that too. I think that's how that whole thing with Jennifer got blown out of proportion because Katie took it and just went nuts with it. And I was trying to calm her down and there was just no calming her down. And it's just... Hubby had to get a drink, you guys. So if you hear him, he said he's sorry. But, you know, we live in this house, so we have to do things like get drinks, let the dogs out. Hadn't said anything about what? Clarify that and let me know what you mean. Oh, Shyla, I think, yeah, but I think they're saying, what's the end game for this whole thing of the death threats and all that? I think that's what they were talking about. I don't get what just doing me, Stacy, is. What is going on? You know, if you want to say something, just say it. Don't, you know, if you're not happy with me or you want to say something, just say it. Or are you joking? See, I can't tell when people type. Sometimes it's hard to tell what type. But don't be bad to the mods because that will upset me. Okay, so Aaron, is Stacy just joking around? It's hard for me to know. Yeah, the behavior is not going to change. I came to that realization a couple weeks ago. It's just not. It's not going. It's not going to change. But here's the thing: the definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing, and I feel like that's what's happened with the community and Katie. Everybody, it's not working. It's not going to work. It's not going to change anything. And when it goes too toxic, this is what you see happen. Now things went real life. Now things are way over the line. Now it's just a mess. It's getting late, so I have to put my glasses on. My contacts are getting fuzzy. Oh, well, that didn't help. Erin's just trying to help me without a crystal troll. She's just trying to help me. I told her not to to ask people not to use profanity. She's just doing what I asked her, so don't get mad at her. We're just trying to keep things copacetic so YouTube will listen. If I can't, people always want to see the comments on the live replay, but if there's a lot of profanity, then I can't do it. So we're just trying to keep it. Plus, I mean, we just trying to keep things respectful.
Express yourself in a different way.
My hubby said, express yourself in a different way. And I know for some people it's hard because it's a habit, and I get it. But don't get mad at Erin because she's just doing what I asked her to do. Yeah, see, this is how I feel. The ends don't justify the means. Did I get that backwards? Somebody tell me. But yeah, it's so over the top now. It's too much. It's too far. It's too dark. It's too much. The teen mom group that Steve was part about, I wish people could explain that group from their perspective. Yeah, see, I don't know a lot about that. Considering the threat started toward people against KJ, I don't doubt this. But remember, a lot of these threats in the beginning, if you go back to the beginning, initially they were trying to make it look like it was Katie. Remember? They were trying to make it look like Katie was the one sending death threats to Salts and stuff like that. So you have to keep in mind where it started, where it evolved to, and then it kind of got all over the place. And I don't know, it's crazy. Listen, Katie has an audience. I mean, she does have, 170,000 subs. That's a lot of subs, you guys. Somebody wants to watch what she's putting out, so. And I do think a lot of it's the Duggar content, for sure. Yeah, I agree. It's not our job to change Katie or anybody. You can criticize her and then move on. I agree. I agree so much with this. Thank you, TT. That's a great way to say it. Because, like I said, nothing's going to change. Insanity, keep doing the same thing, expect a different result. There's not going to be a different result. I have said, and I said this to Katie in the same way, is sometimes she's her own worst enemy because she keeps talking about this stuff, and I think her subs don't want to hear about it anymore. And they have even said that on her Twitter. They've said it on some of her YouTubes that they don't want to hear about this drama anymore. They just want to hear about reality TV and the Duggars and all that. See, all that stuff then it goes back to LB and that whole thing. And there's so many rabbit holes, that if you weren't around for the beginning, and I was not around when all this stuff started, it's hard to understand it. That's when you need the chart, because it all goes back to all those things that happened way back then. See, I heard somebody else say this. Steve was trying to talk to anybody who had an issue with Katie. Ashley Siren from Team Mom started the group, and then she got in a spat, and she moved on and gave the group to Steve. That's what I read on Twitter, too. See, isn't that crazy that all this stuff goes back to the Team Mom groups? And this is what I mean by letting stuff go. Eventually, you got to let this stuff go. It's crazy to me that this has gone on this long. The name of the movie needs to be Make It Make Sense. What's another good title we could do? You guys have been so awesome tonight. I think when I get that generator, we'll give away some popcorn too. You guys have been amazing. See, but then people get mad when you say this. If you bring up Steve's name, then he gets mad. But he's definitely, Steve, you have never liked Katie. That's just a fact. That is a fact, that you have never liked Katie. And that you and Katie have been going after each other for years. I told somebody on Twitter, I don't know how many of you saw this, but some of these YouTubers that are in this, or I hate to even say involved because then I get in trouble for that. But anyway, some of these YouTubers remind me, I'm going to kind of show my age here, of the shock jocks. Do you guys remember the shock jocks back in the day? The radio DJs that would say stuff that was just so horrific and so shocking that everybody would be talking about them. Howard Stern, and then there was other ones. And these YouTubers remind me of that. They remind me of the modern day shock jocks, where they'll do anything to get a view, anything to make money, anything to get subs. The more shocking, the better. That's that whole thing of no line that we won't cross. I don't like it. And I said on Twitter, that may get them short-term views and short-term money. It won't be sustainable. How long will you be able to sustain that? I don't know. Margarita flavored popcorn, please. I gotta look into that. See, now is the time we try to do new flavors and we try to come up with stuff for Christmas because it's a little slow in the heat of summer. Bye, Sierra. I'm going to be jumping off here too. I'm past my 10 o'clock time limit. Wow, is that true? Y'all, is this true? Steve got Sherelle to do a 10-part series of the top 10 people that hate Katie. Wow, allegedly. I wonder if that's true. Hey, I would have talked to Steve, but he deleted the tweet and uninvited me, so I was uninvited. Why do you guys think I was uninvited? Confessions of a middle-aged drama queen. Y'all are too much. Mojito popcorn. See, so She only did 3 parts. Okay, so she didn't do 10. She did 3 parts. See, Sherelle's not my cup of tea either, but I can see where she'd be other people's. She's not mine, but I think that's so weird that they would get together and do that. That's odd to me, but nothing should surprise me anymore. Oh, I agree with that because Cheshire was, I don't even know if I'm saying her name right, but she was coming hard at me on Twitter. Whatever. Whatever. Oh, okay. Well, she probably has a really good attorney then. "19 personalities in county." I haven't heard anything about Sherelle in a long time. She was kind of always getting mentioned alongside of Katie and Steve and stuff, and then she just kind of left. It's not worth a lawsuit. None of, well, now I'll take that back. Whoever did the death threats and all that stuff, but generally this stuff is not worth a lawsuit. I've always said, you guys know I've said from the beginning, lawsuits are stressful. Nobody wants one. It's a waste of money. It just makes lawyers rich. That's why I was kind of shocked that Todd Chrisley was bringing up lawsuits again. But you guys know he's threatened that before and didn't do it. So I don't know. Yeah, you remember the shock jocks? This is what some of these YouTubers remind me of. They'll do anything just to get people talking about them, or there's no line they won't cross. All right. Does anybody have a question I didn't answer? Let me know, because I'm probably going to pop off here. It's getting to be my bedtime. No more 6-hour streams. See, this is the calm stream in between, and then the next one could be crazy. That's how it always goes, isn't it, Carly? It's like every other stream. Somebody was asking me about having Nate the lawyer on. That might be fun. I wonder if he'd do it. I don't know Nate well, so you guys will have to let me know what you think of that too. Yeah, we don't want YouTube to just turn into everybody suing everybody. No. You don't want to set that precedent either, because then you're going to have YouTubers afraid to say anything and afraid of lawsuits, and then you're just going to create an echo chamber, and nobody wants that. Everybody should be able to give their opinion. Yes, she's back there on my granddaughter's blanket. She loves that new blanket. I would like to talk to Nate. I don't know him well. I'll have to check it out. I don't know if he'd come on a channel this small, but you never know. Okay, I got you, Rose. I got you. Yeah, I had to lock it down this week. It was getting too crazy. I've never done that until this week, but it was getting out of hand. Well, Steve or nobody else will talk to me, so maybe we'll see if Nate wants to come on. That was T-Spiracy's idea. Don't get me in trouble. See, I think there can be a lot of people jealous of other people's success. It can be a hard pill to swallow if, like, Steve started at the same time all these other people did. And I don't know how big of a channel Nate has. Does anybody know? I just wonder if he'll really do it though, Breezy. Because remember, Todd's threatened this before and didn't do anything. So, and I know the attorney people said there's nothing on Pacer. So we'll have to wait and find out. It's sad to me that that entire family is broken up over a reality show. It would never be worth it to me. Yeah, it is funny that we had the same idea. It happens. And honestly, it wasn't my idea because I don't know Nate, but somebody else, I think in a comment on one of my videos or Twitter, but I think it was on a video, said, hey, you should have Nate on. So, oh, you think he's biased? I'll have to check into that. Oh, 90,000. That's pretty big. That's nothing to sneeze at. See, that's what I think, TT. He threatens to sue her all the time and never does. So who knows? See, I'll say this. When I first listened to it, I didn't listen to the very beginning. And he was saying he was going to have her served so she could give a deposition in the lawsuit. He's being sued for defamation. And that he was going to have her Twitter account subpoenaed to get all of her messages. And that's for the lawsuit where somebody else is suing him for defamation. Because I hadn't heard the beginning, because I was like, no, he never said he was going to sue her. He said he's going to depose her. And then somebody said, no, go listen to the beginning. And then I heard where he's talked about suing her. And then he put it on Instagram too. But I don't know if I believe it because, that the whole story just makes me so sad that he's losing his kids and all this over a reality show. No, it's somebody else. It's somebody else that he talked about with the whole thing is suing him for defamation. I can't remember their name. But if you go back and listen, it's not his daughter. It's somebody else is suing him for defamation. And somebody he talked about that either worked for the government or something, worked for one of the businesses. Yeah, do the comment thing. You have to do it after the video ends, right? Is that how it works? You guys have to tell me. So after the video ends, you guys make a comment, and then I'll put those in the generator, right? So be sure to leave a comment once the video loads, and I'm going to pick a cotton candy winner and a popcorn winner. Now remember, you do have to give me your address. Y'all know I've shipped for years worldwide. So I don't do no funny business, so you never have to worry. See, that's Tina Marie. I think it was somebody that worked at the Georgia, somebody he talked really bad about that's suing him. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you to the mods so much. Thank you for helping me tonight. Thank you, everybody, for coming and just having a chill night with me and having some fun and some laughs and some stuff that wasn't so funny, but generally we have a good time. Conrad, the business name that I think she worked for the Georgia Department of Revenue. If you listen to his podcast, he says the person's name, or you can just Google it. He says the person's name that's suing him for defamation. Yeah, we'll bring it to your door in the middle of the night. No, sorry. Now, if you lived on the beach, I might have to think about it. I do love a beach. All right, you guys, I'm going to pop off here, but be sure and leave a comment and we'll pick a winner. I'll announce the winner in the community tab because I know a lot of people don't have Twitter. So I'll just put it in the community tab. I'll announce the winners, and then you just email me your address and we ship it out to you. No. Oh, thank you so much, Susan. You're such a sweetheart. Thank you for the sticker. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. Maz, thank you so much for helping me tonight. And I will see you in the comments, guys. Have a good weekend.